We are part of an ecosystem. Everything in this ecosystem has a meaning. If you can fulfill your own nature, I think this will bring something positive, not just for yourself, but for everyone else.
Welcome to Thrive Talks with Coaches. Hi, my name is Edwin. I'm the founder of CoachFellas. CoachFellas is an online marketplace for professional and life coaching, and our mission is to make coaching accessible for everyone. Today, I'm excited to have Gabriele with us. Gabriele Tozzi is an accredited coach who supports creative and empathetic leaders through critical transitions, helping them find clarity, balance, and effectiveness in both their careers and personal lives. Originally from Italy and now residing in Thailand with his international family and energetic dogs, Gabriele brings a rich background in philosophy, art, and management, along with 20 years of experience as a senior manager in the creative industry. His professional training spans solution-focused coaching, systematic coaching, NLP, and mind-setting techniques, enabling him to offer a unique blend of insight and practical strategies to support his clients' growth and transformation. Gabriele, welcome, and thank you for taking time for the interview.
Thank you. I'm very, very happy to be here with you. And hi to you, hi to everyone. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful introduction. Seems cool.
Great. So we're going to jump right in. My first question, can you share your journey to becoming a coach?
Sure, with pleasure. Well, let's say that, of course, I have not always been a coach, as you said, even though somehow maybe I have always been a coach inside myself,
Mhm.
because coaching is all about supporting someone else. And this is something I think I've had with me since really ever. And so also in my previous career, you were mentioning that I worked as a senior manager for many years in Italy, in Europe, and around the world in the creative industry. So I used to produce artists, produce events, and I did so many things. But the most important thing for me was the possibility to support other professionals, creatives, but also other colleagues in the management in expressing their visions, I would say, which for them were what we as coaches call goals, right? So achieving their own goals. And the most beautiful part in this for me was that I was sure that supporting them in achieving their goals was something good, not just for them as creatives, managers, professionals, and human beings, but also for many other people, So this kind of idea where we are all interconnected, and if you fulfill yourself, this is something good also for others. This really drives me. And then when I decided to move, let's say after my 40s, I decided to change my life, and together with my family, as you were saying, I moved to Thailand, and I decided to become a full-time coach. So all this, my previous experience now is something I can offer together with all the coaching techniques to my clients. And again, it's like one step forward in my journey. It's not that I completely changed what I do. I still support others in expressing themselves, achieving what is important for them, or a better place for them. And I know deep down inside myself that this is something good, not just for them, but for us as a whole, I would say.
Great. It's the interconnected part was very powerful. It's like when you fulfill yourself, it also is good for other people. It's kind of like bringing that good forward into the world, right? That's so powerful.
Yeah, totally. And I really believe in this, It's like we are part of an ecosystem, and everything in this ecosystem has a meaning for this. For the good of the whole of the ecosystem in general, it's like so. If this is true for an apple tree, or for whatever you may think, why should not be real for us as human beings? So if you can fulfill your own nature, I think this will bring something positive, not just for yourself, which is super important, but for everyone else from a bigger picture.
You have a lot of professional training in various coaching techniques. So how do you combine these techniques in your coaching? And what would a coaching client expect from a session with you?
Well, yes, I did study because I think it's quite important if you want to call yourself a professional that you have professional tools and a professional understanding about this coaching approach, which can be a mission, but is also a profession, and that's a very important part. I would say that before all these techniques, uh, a client should find an ally, a trusted ally, someone they can really trust, and a professional. And again, before all these techniques, there is this idea of coaching that I would quote the most important bodies about coaching in the world. So, for example, ICF and EMCC, so where the coach is not a trainer, is not a consultant, is not a teacher, but we as a coach, we are there for the client to support the client, think and find the best way for themselves
Mm-hmm.
from the point of view where we believe, or at least I believe, that most of us, we have our own truth inside ourselves, but sometimes we are like confused and we cannot take the time or having the right focus to arrive deep down where this truth is, or we could create our truth and we don't know how to do, so so there is this idea of coaching where you totally respect the nature and the truth of your client, and you walk together with your client. You don't lead your client, you walk together with your client. This beautiful image of the hero's journey.
Mm.
So the hero of the journey is your client, it's not you as a coach.
Mm.
You are the ally of your client. And
Mm.
so this is on the first level. On the second level is who you are as a person, I think, because there are so many professional coaches, but every one of us is different. So it's very important that each client finds the right coach for them. For example, in my specific case, I'm a very, very, I would say, my approach is very empathetic. I'm quite soft because this is who I am in general, not just as a coach. So maybe I can resonate with someone, but less with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And there are maybe other colleagues who are more straight, and this could be better for a specific kind of clients and less for others. And that's just an example. So I would say they would find a coach according to ICF, EMCC, international bodies, a definition of coaching. They would find me as Gabriele, and
Mm.
then they would find a coach with a toolbox full of different tools that come from my studies you were mentioning before, which maybe is more important for me rather than for the client. No, okay, now he's using something from this specific school or from this other area, and it's up to us, let's say as a team, so my client and me, to decide what is the best tool we can use to
Mm.
overcome this obstacle or to move forward here. And very often I choose together with them. Like I ask them, okay, I could offer several alternatives here. What do you feel could be better for you? So on my side, having all these tools just allows me to offer more options
Mm.
to my clients, which is, I think, quite important.
Yeah. And I like it when you say that they are the hero of the journey, and as a coach, you're walking together with them to find their own truth inside. I think that was like so powerful. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe one of the biggest mistakes you could do is what the other person should do.
Mm.
So, what is the truth for the other person, for the client,
Mhm.
which maybe just comes from your own experience, your own lens, which could be completely different from the perspective of your client. So, I think coaching is also a very humbling profession
Mm.
because you need to know that the hero is your client and you are there to support the client, and
Mm.
the truth is inside your client, not inside yourself, and you have to teach them something.
So, what are typical challenges your clients bring to you to coach around? Are there any common themes that come up over the period of time you've been coaching?
Decision making is quite an important topic. This is not true just for leaders. This is true for every human being. Curious fact, studies show that every one of us makes around 35,000 decisions a day, which are quite a lot. But we are used to do that. Like, it's not a problem. We choose even without thinking we are going to choose something. But there are specific choices that I used to call crossroads. So where you know that you have to make a choice, but this puts you in a difficult spot, for many possible reasons, but you feel that you don't know what to do. And this makes you feel stuck, even though we are never stuck, because if you look from a bigger picture, like, life always moves forward. So you never stop. And in these crossroad moments, you know that if you don't make a choice, then here or there you will move forward.
Yeah.
So this could be a difficult moment for us as human beings.
Mm-hmm.
And so many clients need support for these specific crossroads, which again can look completely different because every one of us is different.
Yeah.
But the confusing feeling I don't know what to do, and for example, for leaders, and I have been a leader in a company for many years, so I know, and you can feel responsible for others, and this can also make decisions even more difficult for you. So yes, I used to support many clients in finding what is the next step they want to move in order to make the right decision for them.
I think it's interesting when you say you are actually never stuck because life always move on. And just also echoing what I heard from other thought leaders is that even not making a choice is making a choice.
It's making a choice, absolutely, absolutely. You cannot not choose. You cannot do that. You can do that. You can decide if you want to be on the active part of the choice or on the passive part of the choice. But anyway, something will happen, and maybe this is part of the pain someone can feel in these specific moments because they know, because we know
Yeah.
that if we don't make a choice, anyway, something will happen. And we may not be comfortable with that.
So how do you support your clients or your leaders in helping to make the decisions for these crossroads? I ask that because in sense of like, how do you help them to balance the decision?
This decision-making process is a process. So there are several entry points. Again, every situation is different. You may find someone who is in the situation where they are not really sure that they are facing a crossroad. So they don't really know if this is the right time for them to make a choice or not. This is at the very early stage, let me say. Or you can face someone who already has kind of awareness. And so this kind of clients, for example, say, I know that this is a critical moment for me. I need to make a choice, but I really have no idea what to do. Or you have someone who already made their choice, but now there is the most difficult part, and is now I have to implement this choice. So bringing this decision from my inner world into the outer world. I need to do something, speak with someone, or even later in the process, I made my decision, I implemented my decision, but now I need to keep keep my decision alive. It's not easy. Especially there is a range of months after you make the decision. It depends on the kind of decision you made, where you feel yourself full of self doubts, maybe.
Right.
So there are different kinds of support you might need
Right.
according to where you are in your journey.
Right.
But I would say, in general, generally speaking, again, every decision can look different, because for someone could be a critical decision, like they offer me a different job, or they offer me to move abroad to work. This could be very convenient, but I have a family. What should I do? For
Right.
someone else, could be something completely different. Like I need to choose the school for my son, and this is a very important decision for me because of for many different reasons. This makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Mm.
So I'm not just thinking about huge decisions like the universal,
Right.
challenging decisions. Everyone is different, and everyone has a different level of sensitivity. You know,
Mm.
but again, maybe something that the first good step would be normalizing this experience.
Right.
Like that's okay. That's okay. We face difficult decisions, and when we as humans face difficult decisions, we may feel overwhelmed, lost, in pain, not knowing what to do. That's completely normal.
Yeah.
And there are ways that we can follow together in order to help you to move out of this stage, as hundreds of thousands, billions of us have done in the past and are currently doing. So it is normal, and there is a way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can work together with a coach. You can read inspiring books, but there is absolutely a way out of it. And according to where you are in the
Mm.
funnel, let's say, there are specific actions I would say you can do to understand what you want to do or to create what you want to do, that are two quite different paths.
I'm curious, have you supported clients in regret of a certain decision?
Yes, yes, I have. Yes, well, that's also this is quite normal.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Um, Regret is a word that could hide many different states.
Mm.
So regret does not immediately means I made a mistake. Oh, I made a
Mm.
mistake. If I could just go back, I made a mistake. I think regret is a state, is a moment that deserves to be explored with with calmness, and maybe working with someone outside yourself,
Mm.
which calms you down and again normalize the situation and helps you explore what you are really feeling, and what if often it's useful to consider this kind of sensations as visitors, or better as messengers. So if this regret was a messenger, what would be the message?
Right.
You know, and so you may understand that maybe it's not really a regret in the sense of, oh, I did made a mistake, but it could be more a kind of feeling guilt for something,
Mm.
something has not been completely solved,
Right.
uh, or you could understand that something important for you is not respected at the moment.
Mm.
But anyway, but the past is the past, right? So
Mm.
regret is a message for the present and the future.
Right.
We at least I do not have any time machine to move back, right? So regret could be a very important message for
Mm.
you to do better and to be happier and more fulfilled from now on. But
Mm.
you need to decode this message.
Mm. Mm.
And so it could be a very important moment.
So I like that you put it as a process, the decision making, and whatever messages or sensations that come to you is a message for the present and the future. Because coaching is about moving forward, not about being stuck in the past. Yeah.
Totally. Yes, absolutely. Even because in this, for example, let me say, I well, maybe and I love to support this kind of clients because I have been there too.
Mm.
As I told you, I completely changed my life when I was over 40s, and it was a very critical moment for me. So I really did experience all of this confusion, feeling lost, uncertainties before, during, and after the process. You know?
Mm.
So and after, once you are beyond the decision moment, of course you feel something that is calling you from your past. You
Mm.
know, especially if it is an important decision, it can happen. But the past is the past.
Right.
This doesn't mean you can decide to, for example, in my case, go back to my previous company. But anyway, it will be in your future or in your new present.
Mm.
So it's very important to know that whatever happens is from now on, and you learn from. your past.
How does your background in philosophy, because you said you studied philosophy, and then also your creative experience in the art industry and creative industry, how does it support or influence the way you coach?
I would say, first of all, it influences and could make a difference in who I am as a person, and therefore also in who I am as a coach. Philosophy, well, someone says that the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates could be considered one of the ideal father of coaching because he was used to help others finding their own truth just
Mm,
using questions. And this is quite similar to what we do as coaches. We
right.
do not state, you have to do that, or, oh, that was a huge mistake. We don't do
Mm,
that. We try to use specific kind of questions to help you think and see what you're not seeing in that moment.
mm,
And we can mirroring back what you're seeing. And so we don't tell you what to do, but
yeah.
we think together with you. And philosophy is all about thinking. So this philosophy helps you to have a kind of critical thinking, analytical thinking, and to go deep.
Right.
This really helps me when I speak with clients. Let me say once again, everyone is different. So
Yeah.
everyone comes with their own beliefs and way of living lives. And philosophy helps me to be flexible, like
Yeah.
knowing that everyone has their own perspective and every perspective is valuable. And so this allows me to understand them more. And if they need to go deep inside themselves, I can walk with them
Mm,
comfortably. And another thing, for example, as you said, yes, I moved from Italy, Europe to Thailand, Asia, and culture is very different,
mm,
as it should be. So sometimes I also work with clients who have been, for example, relocated,
mhm,
and you know the concept of cultural shock. So you move in a country that is completely different from yours, and everything that was normal for you now it's strange. Well, not everything, but many things, and vice versa. Things that you might feel like, oh, that's odd, but it's
mm,
completely normal here. So you could feel really not at ease, and this kind of flexibility helps you to open your mind and accept that life is something so huge
mm,
that you cannot just have one interpretation about what this huge thing that we call life
mm,
is. So there are different perspectives, and this is a powerful tool. And about creativity, I was lucky enough to work for many years with amazing artists, and
mm,
I've learned a lot from them. And so creativity can be another important tool when you are in a coaching journey because not everything can be easily processed with our rational mind. So, okay, verbalize how you feel. I don't know, or what you would like to happen. Something is beyond what we can really express with our words.
right.
But if we move in that part of our brain that uses images and visions, so the creative brain, you can express what you are living inside yourselves without the barriers of
Mm,
the grammar, your logical
right.
mind. And so
Right.
there are so many beautiful exercises that use creativity as a tool to
Mm.
open insights inside yourself and move forward in a journey, even when the road seemed more difficult. It's beautiful.
Yeah. When you say there are many interpretations of what life is, I think that's really very powerful because a coach would definitely help you to see things from different perspective, and that's the starting point of changing the behavior, changing the life situation that you're in. Yeah, and not everything can be expressed in words. So yeah, I like it that you say that because a lot of the emotions that we feel, we just don't know how to say it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And sometimes it's important to share with someone else
Mm.
but you don't know how to do. So it's good that in your professional toolkits, you also have something that can support the other person to push out something that they really didn't know how to express. And sometimes there is also, and this again is for leaders, but for leaders in very general meaning, like you feel that if I share this with someone else, I could create a problem or I could be misunderstood. There is this kind of uh, being lonely feeling that several leaders, I would say, live inside themselves, and that's a pity. But maybe it's part of leadership, or for someone, it could be part of their way of living leadership. But it is important that you can find someone else you trust. You know that you will not be misunderstood. You will not create any damage, and 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 you can express everything is inside yourself. Uh, I think this could empower you as a human being and as a leader.
So, for those in the audience who might be interested in exploring coaching but feel hesitant, what would you say to them?
Well, I would say first of all, coaches don't bite usually. Uh, no, well, also this is a decision. This is one of the 35,000 decisions you have to make during your day. And if you are thinking that a coach could be useful for you, maybe you are thinking about this for a reason. It's like that you wake up in the morning and you say, "Oh, I would like a coffee and a coach." Maybe if you are thinking that you could speak with a coach, there is something inside yourself that is telling you that this could be useful, and this could be true or not. You know, but well, as you know, Edwin, many of us, and for example, I do, we used to offer this kind of we call chemistry session, or it's like a kind of free session, first free session where you and your clients get together and you speak and you get to know each other's, which is very important because, as I said before, it's important that you as a client find the right coach for you. And let me also say, me as a coach find the right client for me, because we need to work together. So it's an honest way, for my point of view, to start this journey, having this first session completely for free, where we get to know each other, to understand what is the point, what brought you here, what you are expecting from this journey. And so we can understand together, okay, this is something we could achieve together. I mean, you will achieve and I will support you to achieve it, or not. So I would just say give it a try. And worst case scenario, you just had hopefully an interesting conversation with another human being, without judgment. And we as coach, we are meant to keep the professional confidentiality, as you know, about whatever we share with our clients. So really, give 1 hour or 30 minutes, it depends on the duration of the chemistry session. Give yourself this time for yourself. I would say you won't regret.
Great. So you can connect with Gabriele on CoachFellas. Gabriele offers a free chemistry call to explore coaching with him. If you choose to continue your journey with him, he also offers one-on-one 60-minute sessions or 4-hour coaching packages. Gabriele, thank you for being on Thrive Talks with Coaches.
Thank you to you. Thank you to you, and thank you to everyone.